If I came up to you one day and I asked you, what did you think about my Stick World Legacy skills? What would your answer be? Would you say that I am the absolute best, the most legendary player in Stick World Legacy who should consider going pro? Or would you say that I'm one of the worst, most horrific players in the entire world who should stop playing and get a real job? Or would you say that I'm pretty average, not too bad or not too good? Whatever your answer is, forget about it. I consider myself to be a pretty decent player in Stick World Legacy, especially when it comes to the tournament mode. Always embarrassing them, always coming up with the best strategies to win. It seems every time I enter a Crown of Enamorata tournament, I always emerge the victor by a landslide. But there's something about me that you don't know. Something I kept in the dark for the longest time, wondering, should I tell them? Should I bring it to the light? Would it tarnish my reputation as the best player in Stick World Legacy if I was to reveal this dark secret? And finally, I'm unable to hold it back any longer. The longer I hold it back, the worse it becomes for me. I have nightmares. I wake up in a cold sweat with every victory I have in the tournament mode. It is tainted by this one simple thought that I'm finally going to show to you all today. I am going to present to you the worst loss I have taken in the Crown of Enamorata. Believe it or not, against one of the worst players in the tournament, the one and only Cruz. The year was somewhere around 2018, and I was playing this game against Cruz and also recording it. My goal was to use this as footage for a Stick World Legacy montage, but I never uploaded it. When I lost this game against Cruz, I immediately decided to destroy any evidence of me defeating him, but for some reason, I wasn't able to delete the file from my computer. It's not like the file was persisting, it was my mind that was persisting, telling me that I shouldn't delete the truth, for it would only make things worse for me. So, here we are. You are about to witness my worst loss yet. Everything looks normal so far with the upgrade screen. Maxed out Spiritons, Magi-Kill Giants, and Archers. And even a normal start, a good start in fact. One Giant into one Spiriton into one Magi-Kill. A pretty standard start on Deathmatch. Something that should have been executed flawlessly, but it wasn't. We open up with my Giant coming out, as well as Cruz's Giant, though we can't see that yet. It would be a Giant versus Giant fight at the center of the map, in which Cruz's Giant would have the advantage due to him having greater damage on Insane. But I figured it wouldn't be a big deal, as I faced players like this before. I land the first hit, but Cruz very quickly catches up with his superior damage, but I'm determined to commit to this fight. Both of us have our Giant selected dealing damage. Both of us create our first Magi-Kill at the exact same time. And as you can see, my Giant goes down, but I have my faithful Spiriton at my side, and I execute a flawless Spirit Throw that kills the Giant. And my second Magi-Kill comes out as well, as I decide to execute my flawless 290 damage blasting power. But you may notice that something is awry here. Something isn't right. And that is, I stopped spending gold. I'm unsure why, but if I had to venture a guess, I'd say Cruz somehow managed to get into my head with that constant brag of how he plays better than he looks. He does it every single time. And I believe at that time it infuriated me. It threw me off of my game. I go for 4 Spiritons here, but I don't think that 4 Spiritons was the right call. Cruz is now getting confident. He sees that I'm cracking, my armor is being destroyed, and he selects a Magi Kill, knowing that he can do much more damage than me. He sees my desperation as I attempted to Spirit Throw him, and it failed, and instead, in comes a fearsome Archidon Rain, which is forcing me to retreat, hoping I don't lose my Magi Kill, but instead, I managed to lose both of them. I'm simply down to 2 Spiritons now. Cruz becoming even more aggressive, even more arrogant, even more full of himself. I managed to finally kill one of his Magi Kill, but it is in vain as it cost me a Spiriton. I'm doing everything I can. I'm unable to sneak upon his second Magi Kill. With so many units in the way, Magi Kill minions, swords, Spiritons, archers, and a giant, I'm unsure of what to do here. I realize I must go for that Magi Kill, but it does not play out that way. I now understand how serious this is, and I understand I need to kill that Magi Kill, but no matter how hard I try, I'm unable to do it. The wizard is just too well protected. I throw the spear anyway and kill an archer, but it's not worth it. Cruz now closing in with his units, victory now in his eyes, ready to taunt me to no end should he win this game, and that's something that I knew I could not allow to happen. I'm now cornered, my back against the wall, as I manage to kill his giant, but it's not enough, so I execute the Spirit Throw defense to get all of these units out of my way. My archers, unable to garrison because I didn't command them to, simply go down due to my arrogance. The arrogance of I must beat Cruz. My Spiriton goes down, but I managed to bring out another one. And I realize all I can do right now is just remove these annoying units. And that's what I'm going for here. Throwing the Spirit to kill the sword sneaking up behind me. It was fortunate that at the time I had the Spirit's avatar so I could regain my spear. Cruz now throwing out the ultimate insult. He now sees that he is absolutely certain he will win this game. But I'm not one to give up very easily. Although, as you can see, my time is running out and my resources are running out. I'm throwing everything I can into this last army. I'm only sitting at 430 gold. All of the gold I received at the start of the deathmatch game is depleting to nearly nothing. My statue low on health. Cruz now going for another Archidon Rain, forcing me to garrison to avoid losing my units. The only army I have now are 2 Spiritons, a Magi Kill, and an Archidon, and whatever the passive income goal gives me. So I'm running in, determined not to win, not to lose. Cruz now sees that there is fire in my eyes and he backs off in fear. Or, I don't think it was fear, because he pulls out the unthinkable, a statue turret, a move that I've never seen Cruz do before until that very moment. And I'm just so full of shock that I'm unable to back my Spiritons away. I keep them there, and they get destroyed by the statue turret. As you can see, Cruz has built himself a flourishing economy, and I'm killing a few of his miners, but it's now to no avail, as his reinforcements, now out for blood, rush in. I failed to get my Magi Kill to escape in time and he dies. I am now down to 1 Spiriton. I failed to build miners. I was just so full of rage, so full of disbelief, that I was losing to Cruz. One of the most pathetic, arrogant players in the tournament. I am losing to him right now, and so I'm throwing everything I can into this 1 Spiriton. If I can use this 1 Spiriton to make a comeback against Cruz, it would be the best time ever. But it's not playing out that way, as I allow Cruz's Spiriton to do constant damage from behind to chip me down to a low amount of health. Now I am focusing his Spiriton, trying to take him out, but it seems his Spiriton does not want to go down, though he finally does. Cruz going for another garrison. I see this, and I become empowered. Thinking that I can do this, I foolishly put my statue income goal into a sword wrath rather than a miner. All I see is that Cruz has unupgraded swords, and I think that I can do this. But Cruz goes for another Archidon Rain. None of the arrows manages to hit me, but as you can see, we are in danger here. We have to back out right now. I don't know why I committed to this at the time, I needed to get that Spiriton out of there. This was the one unit I had left. My last hope. If this Spiriton dies, I now lose the game. And what did I do? I decided to stay and decided to see if I can go for a last-ditch Spirito on the statue to chip it down and possibly destroy it. But unfortunately, it does not happen, as one final blow from Cruz's Sword Wrath finishes the Spiriton. And so here we are, Cruz, with a flourishing economy, now able to peacefully build up an army. He doesn't attack, he just sits in defense because he knows he has won. He does not need to attack. And then I move over to my side, and I realize that I have absolutely nothing left. No miners, no passive income gold, enough to give me a miner, no army units.